Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Neva, this is Reading with Neva, and today I am filming a little 2025 update, like channel update slash channel goals video for you today. So we're going to just talk about some things that are going to be changing in 2025, some things that may or may not be staying the same, some things that are coming back, etc, etc, etc. We're also going to be doing a special spinner wheel at the end of this video because you'll get it as we go. So let's start with some of the things that will be changing for 2025. I will be keeping everything on my channel from now until the end of 2025 at least themed. I find that sometimes I get a little bit burnt out if I am not doing things that are themed, so we're going to be doing a lot of themed vlogs, and then we're also, by we I mean me, will be focusing on NetGalley arcs, series, and reading nonfiction and classics. So the reason for that is because last year I compiled all of the book series that I actually have to read. There are around 80 of them, and because of this I need to be able to go ahead and read through all of them. Some of them I own, some of them I don't. Some of them I've started, some of them are on Kindle Unlimited. It just depends on where they are, but I do have an entire wheel of book series, and with all of those, every month or every other month we will be spinning for that. Another thing that will be continuing is my Reading My Friend's Favorite Books series. I will be taking Leandra's vlog into 2025 unless I can get it done by the end of December. So my goal will be to have it done by the end of January 2025, and then I already have the next friend. Unfortunately, my November TBR game was not able to be posted because it corrupted. So you wouldn't have seen, but Sash from Sash Reads, she was actually picked for 2020, for December's, or November's? What month are we in? We're in November when I'm filming this. So she was actually picked as November's friend. However, I have messaged both of them letting them know that because of end of year content, their vlogs will be going into the new year. So the plan with my series thing, and also with reading series, finishing series that I'm in the middle of, but also my friend's favorite books, is that we will be doing them every other month. So at the end of this video, I will be spinning to see which series will be my first series of 2025, and I will have until the end of February to finish that. So basically I'm giving myself 2 months to finish each series that's on my series wheel. Now, if I do not finish it by a series by the end of the 2 months, then it goes back on the wheel. But I will move on to a new series, if that makes sense. So on the months, so January will be our first month where I'm doing the series. I will have January and February to read and complete whatever series gets picked at the end of this video. Then in February, I will continue my friend's favorite books series, and I will have February and March to finish that, and then so on and so forth. So I hope that makes sense. I will be posting up a little graphic, like a calendar, showing you how this will work exactly. It's a little bit confusing. I know how it works in my head, so I will be coming in with vlogs. There will be vlogs around each series that I read, and there will also obviously be vlogs around each of my friends whose favorite books I read. So hopefully it will make more sense to everyone but me as we go ahead. Something that will be coming back to my channel is Whip and Chat Wednesdays. I just like the alliteration of Whip and Chat Wednesdays. I know that a lot of people in the crafting community do Whip and Chat Wednesday. It is not a concept that I came up with on my own. I just like how it sounds, and it's easy for me to remember that Whip and Chats go up on Wednesdays if I do it that way. I stopped doing whip and chats when we moved back home because it was a little bit difficult for me to record them without people consistently and constantly interrupting me. However, I am going to be bringing them back. By the time that you see this video, there will already have been one posted up, just kind of welcoming back whip and chats. I actually really missed those videos because they were an easy way for me to get diamond painting done, but also an easy way for me to kind of just have like a very chill, laid back conversation style video with everybody. And so because of that, I want to bring them back, and people have asked for them to come back, and I just had to figure out a way to bring them back. So I'm really happy to have been able to figure out how I am in fact going to bring back the whip and chats. We will work on diamond paintings. We might work on coloring. It's just going to depend. I'm going to put up a poll over on the community tab in the next couple of weeks asking if basically by the time you see this, the poll will already been up, but I will see what kind of crafts y'all want to see. I do diamond paintings most of the time in whip and chats, but I could also do like iPad coloring or planning my week as we chat, like things like that. So we will see, but they're all work in progresses, right? So they will all work for this. Another thing that will be changing is I will be testing this by the time that you see this will go out at the beginning. This is the end of November now that I'm filming this. I'm going to try to get this posted by the beginning of December. So I'm going to test out doing weekly sprints every other week on this channel. So you will get two public sprints a month, and then there will be 2 Patreon sprints a month, because I don't have an extra sprint day right now. So I'm going to have to do it where it's every other week. And then at the end of each month, starting in January 2025, we will have our 24-hour sprints. There will be a graphic going up in the next couple of weeks, like by the end of December. There will be a graphic going up showing all of the friends that I've asked if they wanted to continue doing 24-hour sprints, and those will be my set 24-hour sprinters for 2025. Now it could change if someone is not able to do sprints and tells me 6 months in or 3 months in, hey, I know I committed to this, but I really can't do it. That is totally fine. There will be no hard feelings, and I will replace them as I need to. However, currently I do have a few 24-hour sprinters that have said that they can't fully commit to doing 24-hour sprints every month, which is totally cool and fine. Life happens, but that they want to be included. And so they've been included. I'm just trying to figure out how to word it, like to make them special guests or whatever it is. So we are brainstorming on that as to whether they want to just be listed as 24-hour sprinters or whether they want to be listed as like special guests. And so we are working that out behind the scenes. Another thing that will be changing will be that I will be focusing a lot on Patreon. I say that this is a change because unfortunately with everything that transpired in 2024 has been a hard year. Patreon just kind of got shoved to the back burner. But now that YouTube is essentially my full-time job at this point, Patreon will be being focused on a lot in December, as even though I do take off 2 weeks from the main channel. So there will be sprints at the beginning of December, and then there will be no sprints at the end of December. That's just the way that it is for us. Once Ari is home for winter break, there will not be any sprints on my channel. There will still be videos going up. I will still be working. I will still be vlogging and recording. I just am not sure that I can commit to weekly sprints while Ari is home. There's just a lot of hands-on things that have to be done while she is home that make it a little bit more difficult to do sprints. So yes, also another new thing that will be coming is I will be doing some planner content slash like reset vlogs. This is kind of to keep myself accountable, if I'm going to be honest, but also because throughout 2024, people have asked for sprints. People have asked, or not sprints, for planner content. People have asked to see how I set up my weeks. They ask how I set up my months, and they've also asked how I set up my reading journals. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what I want to do as far as that goes. I'm just trying to figure it out for myself. So I'm going to see how I want to set everything up in order to deliver to y'all the content that you want to see. There is a reading journal that I'm actually really interested in. I am also waiting to have a custom journal made for myself. The custom journal is undated, which is why I can kind of have that made at any point and then show you how I would set it up. And then there's like a Taylor Swift themed journal that the shop does physically and digitally. I am a digital journaler and a digital planner, so that will be the content that is seen. If people really do not enjoy this content, please let me know, but I will just be including it in monthly reset vlogs. I really want to start doing monthly reset vlogs in 2025. So at the end of each month, there will be a little reset vlog where I just kind of set up my weeks, set up my, my reading journal for the next month, and I do all of that just on camera. We might chat while I do it, or I might put music over the top of it. I'm not entirely sure how I will do it, and it will probably change from month to month. So those are really all of my updates. There will be a lot of things coming to Patreon, like exclusives, exclusive reading vlogs. I have some polls going up in the next few weeks. At the time I'm filming this, by the time that you see this, the polls will have been answered and I'll know what I'm doing. But I want to give Patreon some exclusive reading vlogs. I want to do maybe some live whip-in chats. I just want to do things for Patreon that are not going to be on the main channel. I'm also working on getting the monetization fixed on my channel because I do have partial monetization, but it got kind of messed up last year when we were moving, and I just haven't had a chance to really like sit down and mess with it to fix it. And when that happens, then once we hit 1,000 friends, I will be fully monetized and I will be able to do all of the monetization stuff. But I have to get it fixed. I have been asked if once the monetization on my channel is fixed, if I will bring back memberships. I think I will run a poll. If y'all would prefer memberships over Patreon, we could do it. We could do that. Or I could even have both, I guess. I will say that memberships are a little bit more streamlined to YouTube just because everything is run through one spot. So it really is going to depend, but I have gotten messages about whether I'm going to open up memberships again, because originally before I had Patreon, all I had was memberships, and then we went to Patreon because people had voted for Patreon instead. So nothing would change as far as like perks or pricing if I went back to memberships, but I do know that like with memberships I can do like the custom emojis and custom stickers and things like that. So it's really going to be up to what everybody wants to do. So I think that's really all that I have at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to spin for the first series of 2025. I did say this, I will be focusing also on nonfiction books, NetGalley arcs, and classics. I do already have my nonfiction and my classic picked out for 2025. So let me actually grab those really quick because I think they're just right here on the top. Yep, okay. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you the classic and the nonfiction that I will be reading for 2025 or for January of 2025. So the classic that I will be reading is To Kill a Mockingbird. Now I have read this book 100 times probably since I was in like middle school. I remember that we read this for the first time when I was in 7th grade, and I've read it every year since, with like a lapse in there between like 2020 and 2024. I've only read, I think I read it in 2020 and in 2022, but I've not read it in 2024, and I don't think I read it in 2021 or 2023. So this, if you don't know what this book is about, it's been made into a movie. I think that this has even been made into like a stage play, but it is a coming of age tale in the South during the time of racism and prejudice. Of course, we still have racism and prejudice today, okay? But a white lawyer is defending a black man who has been wrongly accused of a crime, and this was written by Harper Lee. And Harper Lee only passed in 2016. So that is what this is. This has won a Pulitzer Prize. Like I said, I've read it before, but I do want to reread it and annotate. So this is the nonfiction that I will be reading, or not nonfiction. This is the classic that I will be reading in January. And then the nonfiction that I will be reading is Beyond Self-Care Potato Chips, Choosing Nourishing Self-Care in a Quick Fix Culture. And this is written by my dear friend, Amber Wardell. I absolutely love her. She started, I found her in 2016, something like that, when she had a YouTube channel called The Sensible Mama. She then, I think that her YouTube channel has just been changed to Amber Wardell, or maybe to Sensible Amber. If you look up The Sensible Mama, her channel will pop up. She then went into doing TikTok and then Instagram and everything like that. She had a mom and baby boutique called The Sensible Mama, and then she came out with her own line of high-end leather bags, which I have a couple of. I can actually see two of them hanging, the two that I have hanging up over on my bedroom door. And then she came out with this book in October of 2024, and I actually am blessed and I got to beta read this book. And then she sent me a signed copy of it, which I think is so sweet. If you want to be able to see the, it's signed on the inside, but if you want to be able to see the full thing that she wrote, I did post it to my Instagram. And I want to just read the finished product of this book, so I will be picking this up as my nonfiction for January of 2025. Also, a perk for Patreons, instead of doing a more traditional book club, is I will be listing both of these books on my Patreon, and I will be setting up buddy read channels in the Discord. That's another thing that's changing. For Patreon, there will be a brand new Discord set up as well. So there's that. So that is what this is right here. These will be posted up into my this will be posted up for my patrons, and if you want to buddy read them with me, you definitely can. I also will be posting in Patreon a full list of the books that I will be reading for the month once I have figured that out. And if you want to buddy read those with me as well, then that would be great as well. So let's go ahead and we will spin for our series, the first series of January or of 2025. And yeah, so like I said, I have every series that was on my spreadsheet and also every physical series that I own on this wheel. Now, as the year goes, I may add series. I can take series away if I choose to DNF them, but if I do not either DNF the series or finish it by the end of the 2 months that I'm giving myself for each one, it will go right back onto the wheel. So let me find... Oh no, this is it. And I didn't label it. It's okay. I was like, where is it? But it's right here. I just did not. Okay. I apparently didn't label it. All right. So this is my series to finish wheel. So let's go ahead and spin. Okay, The Dark Tower. Okay, so The Dark Tower is a Stephen King series that my partner actually wants me to read. So the first series, I don't own any of these books. I will be getting them all from the library. I have read the first book in this series and that's it. I believe there are like 8 or 10 books in this series. So, okay. So The Dark Tower will be the first book, or the first series of 2025 that I will be finishing. And then, like I said, To Kill a Mockingbird will be my classic, and Beyond Self-Care Potato Chips will be my nonfiction. So that is really all that I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. But if you don't really have anything to contribute to what is going on here, go ahead and leave me some kind of like planning emoji, maybe like a pencil or a pen, or I don't know if there's like a calendar, something along those lines. Or you can just leave me kind of bookish emoji, like a book stack or a graduation cap, because we're graduating from 2024 into 2025. And I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all so much. Bye.